What's going on, guys? My mic's not on, is it? How about my mic now? Is my mic on? Good morning. All right, we're here. Cool. So let's just jump right in. I got some feedback from folks that were here day one. And you just listened to Veronica. And I'm going to get right at it. The first thing here, do we have any snowflakes in the room? So if you don't like cussing and swearing, leave. Okay? You're warned. One other question, too. Can I be straight up with you? Okay? Good. So, notice how I ask rhetorical questions. My hope is today that I do a couple things. Three things. What I want to leave you guys with are some foundational pieces that will support you to make sure things actually happen. Okay? My hope is also that I can model for you. I can model for you. Because the number one way to win your race is through transference to other human beings. Write this down. If you want to keep what you have right now, you've got to constantly be giving it away. Constantly. And I'm going to share with you, my hope is, by no means, I don't stand up here because I have it all figured out. I stand up here because I am flawed and willing to look at it and do the work. And an interesting thing, did you discover yesterday in the most impactful people that spoke, and not to say that those that didn't have a story. So don't, if you don't have a story of a tragedy in your life, don't go out and be a fucking car wreck tomorrow, just so you can be like everyone else, right? Okay? Like all the internet marketer guys, every one of them, you ever notice every one of them grew up in a fucking trailer park? Grew up in a trailer park, we didn't have running water, we've all got our thing, but I want you to write down, as we go through this, and I'd like to have more of a conversation, certainly I'm going to give you guys some things that you can really, really use that really, really work, and I'm going to give you the proof behind every bit of it, okay? I'm living proof of it, my clients are living proof of it. Stop asking people how they did it. Start asking people what they had to go through to get it. Stop asking people how they did it or how they do it. Okay? Ask them what they had to go through to get to it. Okay? Raise your hand if you've been to a seminar in the last year, okay, and didn't take action on something you learned you should have taken action. 40 honest people, 150 liars. Okay? I want you to write this down. Integrity. And this is where I'm going to challenge you. I want to ask you, do you have integrity in your business? And that's doing what you say you're going to do. Now, here's where the real integrity comes in. When you don't, you own it. When you don't, you own it. And we're going to break this stuff down. See, here's the thing. Ready? You can't change what you don't own. You can't change what you don't own. I want you to write down, what am I not owning? Well, my employees are lazy. You fucking hired them. My significant other did this and did that, and my ex-husband and my ex-wife did this and did that. You fucking picked them. And you pick one that, raise your hand if you keep fucking repeating history over and over again. Listen, I'm the worst. I'm the guy, I'm so bullheaded, I drive into a concrete wall, okay, and I wonder why I keep getting a concussion. I did it from 21 to 41 in 9 fucking rehabs. Graduated from 8 of them. I didn't graduate from the last one, ironically. Why is that important? Because I'm not the guy that even belongs up here. Why do I share that with you? Because here's a modeling piece of it. Story connects with people. Because everyone in here has something you're embarrassed about. You don't want people to know. And it's holding you back. The conscious mind does not choose. The unconscious mind chooses and holds you back. There's things that we're embarrassed about. Things we're not proud of. And let me tell you something. People don't care about your fucking hair or what you wear. They care that you care. And see, when we take that mask down, okay, and we show up as we are, see, that's the problem. I'm going to talk to you today about marketing, and I'm going to show you examples of my marketing, okay? And you're going to find out it's not fancy. It's not fabricated. You know what marketing does? It takes you outside of you. And there's no one more valuable than you. Period. Okay? There's no one more valuable than you. So I'm going to take you guys through, listen. At 41 years old, here's what I did. And you know what? Maybe this will take you, it's not your situation, okay? But here's what I want to give to you as a borrowed belief. A borrowed belief. Because today I have a life beyond my wildest of freaking dreams. I never could have imagined. Because at 41 years old, I didn't have a car. And guess what? I didn't buy one for a year, and I had the financial capability because I was concerned with taking responsibility and earning things. See, I want you to ask yourself, are you fucking expecting things or are you earning things? Are you expecting things? Or I didn't deserve a car at 41 years old. I deserved one at 42 when I could actually be sober for a year, when I could go back and be the father I needed to be that I fucking was not. See, some of you haven't been a good parent. Some of you haven't been a good spouse. Some of you haven't been a good friend. I'm falling short in a lot of things in my life. But you want to know what you do? You push it aside. Go back and own stuff. That's the freedom multiplier. The freedom multiplier is when you go back and own stuff. Period. Holy shit. I just came to a kumbaya session. Okay? Well, I'm going to show you how well the kumbaya works. Fucking Veronica just showed you how well it works, didn't she? She changed one thing. I want you to do this, and I know she asked you to. I want you to write down the one thing you need to change in your fucking personal life when you leave here. I'm not going to ask for it. That's between you and yourself. Because that's what's getting in the way. If you had one choice, you could only pick one of two things. Okay? Only one of two things to have your hopes, dreams, and desires come true in your life. You could pick more training, or you could pick more accountability. Okay? Raise your hand if you think you need more training. Okay? We'll have a therapy session afterwards. I'll help you all out. Okay? So watch this. Just stay with me, and I'm not here to pick on anyone. Okay? So when someone says that tells me they're doing everything exactly like they're supposed to, that they already know. You know your problem is you're shooting past the fucking target. And I'm going to show you how I've built a multi-million... Is it okay to talk about money? Anyone offended by talking about money? Good, because the fucking clothes you're wearing cost money. The flight you came in on costs fucking money, and food costs money. And we all want to make money. And you know what money is? Money's just a vehicle to live the life that we want to live. Right? Everyone's is different. Everyone's is different. But see, here's the thing, right? You got to ask yourself, why don't you do what you want to do, need to do, should do, and know how to do? Why don't you do what you want to do, need to do, should do, and already know how to do? That's all I want to know. And it's a mystery. And I'm here to help you solve that mystery. But here's the bad news. I can't make you productive. My amazing friends that are speakers here yesterday and today, not one of them can make you productive. Here's all we can do is facilitate the best. And leaders, watch the modeling here for you. Because you know what? How many people here are leaders of other people and are here to help them be more productive? Okay? How many of you, raise your hand, how many of you, okay, believe you can make someone else productive? Okay? Good. You've been lied to. And you're going to see the results of the people I work with. Because it's not an I'm wonderful. I already got the gig. And I got a big check for the gig. So I'm good. I paid a lot. Okay? But guess what? I have a responsibility here to deliver to you. And the reason they get the results is because, you know what? I don't do the mainstream academic shit, that bullshit out of a book, coach in a box, all that crap, because there's riffraff. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? You cannot make a human being productive. You can only facilitate a condition for a human to choose to be productive or choose not to be productive. What you must own is the best condition for them to choose. That's all I want you to be obsessed with. Period. Now watch this. If you don't lead other people, here's what I need you to know about the equation of productivity. Leadership can only come this far. It's not a leader's job to come this far. How many leaders feel like you're way over here? Raise your hand. Right? Let go of it. Right? There's leadership and there's self-leadership. Now watch this. Here's the thing you're going to hear as a principle today too. Ready? Raise your hand if you think you hold yourself accountable. I got the better one. How about, yeah? Watch this one. I like this one. I did this question to a guy, right? I just lost part of my check. Fuck. I asked a guy at my last mastermind, about 140 people in the room, all my peers, clients, friends. I did a live recruiting call to an experienced agent. Because I'm tired of the fucking frauds in this business. Cheat. They ain't done shit. They got a resume that's way back somewhere and no one can fucking find the thing. Okay? And I said, part of my dialogue is this. Are you a big thinker or a little thinker? And the motherfucker says, I'm a medium thinker. And I'm on speakerphone with a bunch of people in the room, and they start laughing. I go, shut the fuck up. No, I didn't say that. Okay? You get to choose. You get to choose. Here's the one thing I want to share with you this, okay? I have to gather myself. Because I take myself there. And you can be an intense motherfucker and still have a big, big heart. Whatever it is that's getting in the way of your life right now, what you want to do, just don't quit trying to quit it. Don't quit trying to quit it. I did it for 20 years. Man, you're a dumb motherfucker. I didn't quit. And you want to know what? Here's the thing I want you to write down, okay? Things I want you to take away. Because the one thing is, a lot of people think of ice that runs through my vein. My significant other's here. And there's times where you think, man, it's just like water off the duck's back. I go, no, it's not. It's real. It hits me. I mean, I'm just being as raw as it is right here. Here's what I know. How is this here to evolve my soul? How is this here to evolve my soul? See, the problem with all the cliches out there is they're all just bullshit because you don't go underneath it. You ever heard the one, that which you resist persists? I want you to go back to anything that you're resisting and recognize that's the reason you're not breaking through. Because I'm going to show you some badass motherfucking breakthroughs that have taken place. And they're no different than any of you. Okay? And watch this. Whether it's your fitness, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal relationships. You know what? Listen, your fitness, I'm not saying you need to have a six-pack and a nice fucking ass. Right? I'm just saying, you know what? You need to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. That's all I want you to be. And stop looking up to people. Other people are going to fucking let you down. See, you're getting bad advice. Look up to him. Look up to him. Fuck no, he's a human. Look up to the things that person does that you want in you. Because if you see, these are the little traps that I've learned along the way, right? These are the little traps I've learned along the way. And then when you learn these traps along the way, guess what you're able to do? You're able to impact and lead other people. See, here's what I want you to do if you're a leader. And here's what I want you to do. You're all leaders, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to emotionally connect with human beings, but I don't want you to emotionally attach to them. Because if you emotionally attach to them, you'll lose on principle. And I'm going to help you. I see some people going, well, this fucker's got 3 heads, okay? But I'm going to help you with these things. These are the breakthrough things. There's not another fucking thing any of you need to learn today. Period. Would you agree with me? Who is doing all the things they've learned at 100%? Okay, write this down. I'm no longer going to go wide. I'm going to go deep. Because you know the free downloads that I'm going to give to you to download, it's my entire playbook. It's for free based on one of my core principles of contribution. Okay? People have been downloading them motherfuckers for 5 years. Wow, amazing. Amazing. You guys, you're shooting past the target, man. Keep it really, really simple. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you all through the 4 pillars of business growth. We're going to go through the 2 pillars on the first half, then we're going to take a break. I've got 45 minutes to roll here, okay? What I'd like you to do, too, is feel comfortable. I'm a pretty intense guy if you haven't figured it out already. But you want to know what challenged me? Not so we can battle, but so you can get a question answered. Okay? If I call it out, stop me. I'm cool with it. This is casual, man. Okay? The most important thing to me as I leave you. It's real. The fucking fire alarm. We're good? Okay, we're good. Well, I'm going to do some social media work here. Y'all can fuck around, worry about that. All right, so I'll be right back. Let's have a cup of coffee. Man, I've been doing this shit for a long fucking time, and I ain't never had this one happen. I'm getting pumped. After this thing. So, here's what we're going to go to, okay? The 4 pillars, okay, of business growth. Really, really simple, okay? Number 1, what I'm going to share with you guys is your foundation. But the foundation, see, if you want to change your outer world, you got to change your inner world. You want to change your outer world, you got to change your inner world, period. Everything around you, people, places, things, right? You need to take a look at your choices, too. By the way, any of y'all here have time management issues? Raise your hand. Yeah, good. Another lie you've been told. How many hours do you guys have in a day? 24. You have choice management issues. You have choice management issues. I'll tell you a little story. It was about 7 years ago, and, I wanted more. I'm always looking, how can I collapse time? How can I collapse time? And it was interesting because I had my routine. I'd go to the gym and I'd plop down and turn on SportsCenter. Guys, how many of you have fucking SportsCenter on fucking a loop? And I even looked at my couch. Bachelor. And that part of my couch was lower than the rest. I went up to that wall, took that motherfucker off the wall, and put it in the garage. And the game changed. See, watch this. I'm not going to tell you you're right. I'll come in tense. I'm going to give you options. See, you come to me and say, I want to work out. I want to be healthier. Great. Cut the alcohol. Well, I need my wine. Well, fuck you then. Right? I need more time. Good. Turn off your TV. Well, no, TV is really good for me. It's mindless. Well, fuck you then. Right? Well, I want to go to happy hour. Okay, but I still want to go to happy hour and meet my friends and this and that. Okay, well, fuck you then. See, here's the thing. Eliminate everything that does not support your mission. Eliminate everything that does not support your mission. And one of the things I want you to get clear on, I'm not talking about dismissing people from your life. I'm saying dismiss your habits that you have that you know aren't working for you, and the people in your life will choose or choose not to. Because actually, you want to know what you're doing? You're enabling their failure. You're enabling their failure. See, leadership is really, really easy. I love watching other leaders, coaches, things like that. They go, you do this, it's all this dot-to-dot shit. Bullshit. Go read the Scale Up book, all the science around it. Doesn't mean fuck all if you don't know human behavior. You guys are not in the real estate business. You're not in the transaction business. See, real estate is a science and an art. Everyone's so caught in the science, they're fucking up the art. And I got coaching clients here in the room, numerous coaching clients, and they'll tell you straight up it's been the game changer for them. Period. They all know how to sell a fuck ton of real estate. But you want to know what? They got channeled into what is the most important thing, and it's human behavior. But you want to know the biggest problem? Our own human behavior. That's the issue. People. Who are the people that I'm around? What are their behaviors? Where am I mirroring them? What places am I going that don't contribute to the life I want to have? Well, John, I need to have a life. Go for it. Stop fucking complaining about what you don't have then. I mean, really, it's that simple. Okay? Things. What are the things that you're doing? I happen to be sober. I'm not here to try to get the world sober. I wish I knew how to fucking drink. I love getting loaded. It's cool. But I'm a train wreck. Okay? But I think I asked this. You just heard Veronica's story. I will guarantee you 80% of the people here, watch this, 80% of the people here, if you cut alcohol out of your life for 30 days, and I'm not saying you got a problem, but I got a fucking problem if I'm not experiencing the things I want to experience in my life and something like that's in my life. You've got to take a hard look at yourself. You've got to take a hard look because all this stuff I'm going to share with you doesn't matter. So we're going to go with the foundation, okay? Then we're going to go into marketing. That's going to be the first two parts of it. Talk to you briefly on marketing. I'm going to share with you examples, okay, that are really, really simple, okay? But I'm also going to give you some proof. I'm going to give you some proof and give you some people to follow. See, I don't have to prove anything to you. Number one, I'm not taking on coaching clients. I'm not here to sell you coaching, anything. I'm here to share with you because, a lot of people come up here and say, rah, 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 sis, boom, bah. I'm not saying in this environment, but our industry. Are there a lot of fucking theorists out in our real estate industry? Yes or no? Chit. They ain't done fuck all. They read a good book. Okay? I want to be a coach. And then they go get certified. Well, guess what? I fucking knocked doors 34 years ago. Okay? In rain gear and an umbrella. And then ultimately, I ran a 5,000 agent company at 35 years old. Executive PGM, Crew Cal, Nevada, Texas. I ran an office in 1998 that closed 1,483 transactions. So guess what? It's not all bullshit here. This is the truth. Okay? I'm going to share with you the truth that other people are doing. So you want to know what I want you to do? I want you to follow them. I want you to watch what they're doing. Good artists cheat, great artists copy. Okay? All the fluff, HR puffing stuff, real estate training, ain't going to do fuck all for you. It's just not. I'm telling you. Okay? It's not going to work. Take a little bit of time on sales, and I'm going to take you into the single most important thing, recruiting. Okay? Because it's about people. So, let's jump right in here. First of all, your pitching statement. Wait a minute. You're not going to come with some rocket science? You're not going to pull some unicorn or horseshoe out of your ass and just shock the shit out of us? No, that's the problem that most gurus have to do. They got to come with something new. They got to fabricate something because they've never fucking done it, right? And so they got to think about where can I go research? You know what I'm going to bring to you? I'm going to bring to you what works, and I'm going to bring to you what you all have. How many of you guys ready? This is the place where I challenge you, but it's a safe room. I'm not going to pick on anyone, but you want to know what my job is to do is facilitate your choice to fucking change. How many of you have a vision statement you could stand up with a mic and declare it to everyone right now? How many? Bye. I'm done. You want to know why I'm fucking done? Because that's how easy it is. You're shooting past the target. How can you get somewhere? See, watch, write this down. See it, then do it. See it, then do it. Okay? And I'm going to give you mine, and I'm going to let you know when I wrote this fucker. Okay? I wrote this thing when, at 41 years old, I'm 55, I'll be 14 years sober July 21st. Okay? 100% sober. And I don't care. I wish I could smoke weed. Wish I could do some blow. Love lines, man. Give me a bump. We'll go for fucking days. Never see, anyways. But you want to know what, man? Pain is a good facilitator. Pain is a good facilitator. And you want to know what? See, people say, how do you do? You know what? I was forced into it. Because of the choices. You know what I learned? We're in a forgiving society. You know what I learned? The most powerful thing, I've been doing this real estate thing. I had accomplished shit just out of sheer force and terror, but my life was a train wreck behind it. But then when I got vulnerable, it was the freedom multiplier. Okay? So that first year sober, I didn't buy it. My brother, actually. I had $5 to my name, and I was living on Hilton Honors Points in a hotel. No one would let me in, family members. I didn't beat people up or do any things like that. I was just, alcoholism is a slow suicide. Drugs are a slow suicide. It's just a slow suicide. No one would take me in. No, you're on your fucking own. I was fortunate from my speaking days and traveling. I had 1 million Hilton Honors Points. It was enough for 30 days to live, and I took Brittany by that place, Homewood Suites. I had breakfast in the morning, breakfast at night. I was still so embarrassed when I came out of rehab. I would ride my bicycle down the hill to the gym on Eastern in Las Vegas, and I'd ride back up. And within 30, I know how to make money, man. Making money's fucking easy. I didn't know how to live. And watch this. You may think you need, and mine was at an extreme case, but write this down, okay? I know how to make money. Do I know how to live? That's the question. Because you're going to find that how you live allows you to make money or not. My great friend Veronica proved it. She just proved it. Okay? And within 60, 90 days, I was making money like I always know how. 10 grand, 15 grand a month, 20 grand a month, boom, boom, boom. And I went to my brother, ironic. My little baby brother, a year younger, was my guide then. Buying a car, he says, you don't deserve one. He says, go rent one for a week. I go, that's stupid. He says, you're not going to make smart financial decisions anymore. You're going to make smart personal, moral-based decisions. You don't deserve a fucking car. You can rent it for a week. 9 months go by. 9 months sober. He said, no, you're going to rent one every week. This is done. He says, no, you don't deserve it. I didn't buy a car for 1 year because you want to know what? It taught me discipline. It taught me not to be entitled. It taught me to be grounded in principles. That's the piece, principles. But I tell you what, you got to have guts, because here's what I wrote down. I am the irrefutable #1 coach and consultant to the highest performing team leaders in the real estate industry. You can bring any coach up here in the real estate industry right next to me, and any of them. Stack their one-on-ones against me, mine are #1. My average one-on-one client does $500 million. I don't give a fuck what rating, what this, what that. Stack your one-on-ones right fucking next to me. That's today. I was a zero. I was a loser. I had the reputation. I showed for speaking gigs back then and got called out. And guess what? And that's when it really hit me. And guess who flew me out 2 years ago to come speak for him? This was the #1, the first regional franchise owner that Dave Leniger sold a franchise to. That's the worst fucking deal on the planet. You think it's a good deal? It's a bad deal when you fuck up. No showed on him. All these broker owners in a room. Lied. Why am I telling you this? So, because it makes your mistakes or problems pretty fucking small, probably. That's what I want you to capture. Okay? And you want to know what? I just did the next. Write this down. Stop doing big things. Do the next right thing right. Do the next right thing right. And attach to the process, detach from the outcome. And I'm going to show you some results of that, because he hired me to come back. And guess what? One of the people who's in that room, one of the broker owners in that room, he's in this room today. That's how he met me. He brought me back. Okay? But you want to know what I did, though? I reached out to him. You got to go, listen, clean up your shit. Write it down. I reached out to him It's a lot of money to pay me to come speak. I'll just leave it at that. Okay? And I reached out to him, and I value my time. Right? I mean, you can go to my website. It's $2,000 for a 20-minute coaching call with me. Okay? Do the math on that in a day. Okay? I value my time. And I reached out to him and said, can I come please speak for free and not pitch anything? I don't want to sell anything, nothing. I want to give back to you. Please. I had built my reputation up. I got results. And guess what? I made a deposit in an overdrawn account. Y'all got a bunch of overdrawn accounts you need to clean up. Okay? So you may say, all right, this is a lot of braggadocio and all that stuff up there. I said it, and it happened. Ready? And here's why I want to share this with you. I don't need to prove anything to y'all. I want to impact y'all. Because what I want you to see, why I share my story along with the strategies and tactics I'm going to give to you, okay, is I want you to know that this stuff really, really works. Okay? And I want you to sink it in. Okay? There you go. Start up in September, $20.5 million in March, $23.5 million in April. And I can't put bullshit numbers up here because my coaching clients are in here right now. Okay? That's one client. Client number 2, $400 million in 2021, $800 million in 2022, number 3 in the world. Let's keep going. 620 sales in 2020, 2135 sales in 2021, number 1 California. These are damn it, I only made $500 today. Fuck! Losing money by the minute. Listen, I want you to know that because here's the thing, why I want you to see this, because I have a responsibility to give to you messaging that really, really works. These are people that have been with me for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. Okay? There's a gentleman right here that's been, 3 years now, Mark? Okay? They're here today in the room. Number 1 EXP team in the world for sales volume, Dan Beer. Dan, is Dan around? You popped in? There's Dan Beer. You guys give him a hand. Let me tell you what starts to happen. You stay true to the process. He hired me because guess what? At an event where I volunteered to speak for free. Earn your way. And then guess what I did? Write this down, contribution. They wanted to do a donation. This tells you about the type of human being Dan is too. Okay? Because you're going to get to hear about him or hear from him, and he's going to give you tremendous value. His results are right there. So then they said, hey, the speakers, will you donate a coaching call? Because someone had been in a really bad car accident. Dan had bid it up to $1,300 for a 20-minute coaching call. And part of the deal was, I'm not going to pitch. I donated that call. I ended up selling 3 more. Okay? Which was great. Because of showing up there, you guys, stop expecting fucking something out of everything you do. It's a fucked up mindset. Fuck your ROI. The question you've got to ask yourself in everything you do is, how did I contribute? How did I contribute? How did I contribute? And I'm not talking about being a doormat. Okay? I'm talking about true, raw contribution. Period. They took advantage of me. No one takes advantage of me. I contribute. It's their choice what they do. They've got to carry that. I don't. So you're carrying too much baggage of other people. See, the one thing that I'm really into, and I've learned being around pro athletes and CEOs and high performers like Dan and Veronica, and listen, we've all got our flaws, but you want to know what we're always protecting? Protecting our time and protecting our energy. Protect your time and protect your energy. And that goes back to the people, places, and things. So you look at that. There's Veronica Figueroa. Okay? You saw her, number 1 in the world. And if you look in that front row there, guess what? Okay? You've got Glenn Sanford. You might know who he is. That's a billionaire. Brent Gove, one of the best freaking recruiters on the planet, hired me to go down to Cabo and speak. Okay? So these are the things that happen. This is what can happen. No matter where you're. I was 41 years old, a grown-ass man, and couldn't figure things out. Let's keep going so you guys can see all this stuff. I want you to see this. Number 1 Remax team in the world 4 years in a row. Number 1 Keller Williams team in Canada before he changed over. I'm brand agnostic. But still, okay, the beat goes on. I want to share something with you again. See that Rolex? See, here's the thing. People will talk to you about what is hollow. I'm going to talk to you about what has substance. Have you heard me talk about contribution? Yes or no? Have you heard me talk about stop being attached to the money? Right? Okay? That's my good pal Ryan Stewman. Okay? That's me on Ryan Stewman's stage last year. That's a Rolex. Anyone was in that room when he handed me that Rolex for free as a gift? Any of y'all? Yeah, there's some people right there. Because in the end, I've never let go of my fucking principles. And I want to help you with that. We started with a vision statement. You've got to get clear on where you're going. You've got to declare it. It's got to be the craziest fucking thing out of your mouth on the planet. I am the number one irrefutable top coach consultant to the top teams in the world. Guess what? It fucking happened. I'll stack them all up. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Yes or no? Okay? But guess what? Look at that. Okay? What happened there with Ryan and I? Why did they get the Rolex? I had no idea. Because you want to know what? When people typically do events together, Ryan's another coach. See, there's coaches out there too. They freak the fuck out if someone coaches with someone else. No shit. I had 5 people coaching with me last year confidentially because they didn't want their coach to know. You'd be shocked if I told you who the coach is. I'll just show class. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm focused on? Contribution. 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 Impact. 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 It'll take care of itself. Stop waiting for acknowledgement. Let me tell you something about leadership growing in life. It's mountain climbing. I've never climbed a mountain, okay? But there's this analogy, and it goes like this. See, my understanding of mountain climbing, Dan maybe can talk to you about it. Dan climbed Mount Rainier or Mount Baker. I mean, he's a nut. They do some weird stuff too. Like, you know what they do? They carry their shit with them in a bag. Dan's like, you want to climb a mountain? I said, no, I can't see myself carrying my shit in a bag for 3 days. It's a great story, and I don't know if he tells you about it, but I want you to really think about that. You look at what Dan's accomplished, but you look at what he's doing in his personal life, too. See, Dan's growing a business. Dan has grown a business, but he's doing things that mirror his desire for growth in his personal life. Did you guys connect that? Okay? Big time. So watch this. Typically, Ryan and I do an event. Ryan's a coach. Ryan has a program that people can buy into. Most people wouldn't let their coaches around another coach. I had this motherfucker in my living room with 40 people that paid $3,500 to spend a day. And he says, hey, listen, I'm going to pitch them into my program. I'll give you an affiliate fee. No, I don't want one. I don't want one. See, stop looking for angles and stay in principle. Stop looking for angles. Where can I squeeze another dollar? That is so scarce-minded. Well, I don't know. It worked out pretty good because guess what? I ended up on that stage. Do you think me being on that stage impacted my life with the caliber of people that Ryan Stewman works with? Yes or no? Yeah, it worked out pretty good. And then, by the way, I get shocked with a Rolex. Gentleman right there below him, Keith Pike, number 1 broker owner in the United States for RE/MAX, number 1 recruiter, number 1 model mortgage. I'll get through these quickly. See, you can't make up the shit that keeps happening over here. You need to see what is happening as a result of these principles that we talk about. Everyone's shooting for the wrong target. Number 15 in the world to number 48. Oh, it was a great market. Okay, well, what happened to the other 33 motherfuckers that passed up? Nice try. Okay? How about number 89 in the world to number 8 in the world? What happened to the other 81 motherfuckers? We're not playing games. We're not playing games. And if you want to win game, okay, follow these principles. So here's the beautiful one. I want you to, because these subtleties of scarcity are fucking killing you. I love it when I hear, oh, I can't say anything. I can't take a picture with you because my coach would get a fucking heart on. Beautiful, no problem. Dan and I have coaches from other organizations that come to our events. We see the registrations come in. And they straight up tell us, hey, we're coming to your event so we can do a better job coaching. Awesome, please come. Please. Please. That's how you win. See, I don't have to put energy towards that. Brandon Brittingham, 900 transactions closed annually, number 1 in Maryland, goes through 4 years. Here's the better part of this story. I want you to hear it. He hit me up because he was at the event, and then he got into Ryan Stewman's program. About 120 days ago, he says, hey, Stewman's got this other thing I can jump in. It's $100,000. What do you think most coaches would think? Oh, fuck, that's $100,000 that'll go outside of my... See, people worry about that shit. But man, that's $100,000 with all my events and this and that. I says, you need to spend it. It's good for you and you'll win. Okay? Abundance. Write these two down. Ask yourself, am I truly abundant or is it bullshit that comes out of my mouth? Do I live from a space of contribution? Okay? Or do I live in expectation? And I'll tell you right now, you're in the best time in the history of mankind right now. Because we're in the most entitled world I've ever seen in 34 years. Now, all you got to do is just show up and just do a little bit better, a little bit better. 1,983 transactions closed annually, number one Canada. That was with 60 agents, no Zillow. Number two in the world, number one in Canada. This is the community. 2,000 plus transactions closed annually, 700 plus closed annually. These are my one-on-ones. It goes on. 378 and 803 the next year. 20 agents sold 700, 20% market share. Yes, there is somewhere where big shit's happening, and it's right fucking here. It's because of these principles. And it's not because of me, because guess what? I'm not a really, really good coach. I'm a fucking, write this down, community builder. Because here's what I want you to do. When I wrote that before, I knew. When I put that vision statement out there, I knew. 20% market share, by the way, and his profit margin is 33% of top line gross. Okay? I knew I didn't have it all. I knew I would never have it all. But I knew principles that if I can bring forward people that want to be part of the community, I can give it all to those people. And here's what's happening now. Now I've got 14 coaches working with me. I hate that working for me. Working with me. I do the same thing you do. Why are you telling me the story? Why are you sharing this? Isn't that your job? Leaders, raise your hand. Isn't it your job to get people to do that much business? Yes or no? This is the interactive part. I ask a question, you give an answer. Is it your job to facilitate the condition for people to get these results? Yes or no? I do the same thing you do. Do you think I recruit every day too? Yes or no? 100%. I'm going to show you how I do that too. And I'm going to show you how my clients do it too. Okay? Are there any individual agents? Raise your hand. Okay? And keep your hand up if you want to eventually grow a team. Awesome. Cool. So these principles, you guys are getting out in front. You're seeing what it takes, okay? Darren Hardy on the right, Dave Leniger. The gentleman there, Adam Contos, coached him one-on-one, the CEO of RE/MAX Worldwide for the last 3 years until he retired. Wow, it's the Jon Show? No. It's so you can get it embedded in you that, you know what? Wait a minute. This might have substance, okay? And Dan Beer and I rocked the fucking world a few months ago. I didn't reach out to Bill Pipes. Let me tell you about fucking recruiting. Be the baddest motherfucker, be consistent, deliver results, and you'll be a magnet. Because Bill Pipes saw what was happening in our organization. He came from a great organization, the Ferry organization. He grew up in it. And he reached out to me about 9 months ago. He says, what the fuck is going on over there? Those things that I shared with you. Now, Tom he flew me out a couple times to speak on recruiting, which I appreciate. I honor people like Tom have gone before me and his father because they paved the way for us. I don't think I'll be hired to come out and speak at events in the future, but anyways. We have a great event, by the way, in Las Vegas. We already got about 250 people signed up for it. And typically my events are $2,600 to get into. This is a one-time gig, $349 or something like that, or $379. AgentAcademySalesMastery.com. You can see the irrefutable, all-time, number one, in my opinion, sales trainer on the planet. That's July 18, 19, 20 in Vegas. If you are a team leader, and I'll move off this part. If you're a team leader and you register yourself in 10 people, you get to come to my home the Sunday before with 40 other team leaders for a mastermind with me, Dan Beer, and Bill Pipes. So if you register yourself in 10 people. So, AgentAcademySalesMastery.com. Okay. Have you fucking figured out a man or a woman on a mission will never lose? Okay? Here's what it is. I want to help you. First of all, is everyone clear on vision statement? Who or what you're going to be stated in the present tense. Raise your hand if you promise me that you will work on and get your vision statement done this weekend. Raise your hand. Awesome. Really good. Because here's where we're going. We're going vision, mission, values, principles. Have you heard me talk about these things over and over and over again? This is the foundation. See, that's why, anyone here have their business do this? Or their life do that? Well, mine was a fucking series of misadventures. I didn't need to go to a theme park. I was a fucking theme park. It was the wildest ride on the planet. Holy shit. And it was a lot of work being me. I mean, it's a lot of work still being me. I'm sure you can figure that out, but it's a different kind of work, and it's cool. Okay? So, why does your business exist? And listen, there's many definitions. Mine doesn't have to be the right one. All the things I say here may not be for you, but just hopefully capture some things, right? You can go look up what a mission statement is. These are the best I know. I'm an uneducated guy that works my motherfucking ass off, okay? And I just figure things out, and then I look at results and go, wow, that must work really, really well, okay? Why does your business exist? What is the purpose and intention of the business? Raise your hand if you think your business is the purpose and intention is sell houses. No one's raising their fucking hands anymore. Yeah. Write this down. You're not in the real estate business, you're in the experience business. People are buying experiences from you, not houses. People are buying an experience from you. The husband goes in the garage and he looks in the garage and he's thinking of the experience. The wife is looking at the kitchen, the laundry room. I know my laundry room, Brittany wants a laundry room this fucking big. It was the weirdest thing. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have 2 washers and 2 dryers in your laundry room. I fucking told you it was weird. It's the most unbelievable thing. And then she's pissed off and wonders why the laundry room's too fucking small. 2 kids. Anyways, let's come back. You guys, stay with me. You guys, and I'll get you all these slides, okay? You guys, raise your hand if maybe this is something that's been missing in your business. You really look at it, okay? The mission supports your vision and communicates the purpose of your business to everyone. It always has the greater good in mind. Okay, ready? And mine goes like this. Serve, lead, inspire people to want to have a positive life experience as a result of the real estate business. Does that run through my veins? Do I have it memorized? Do you think it's just everything I do? See, it's really easy for me to take action because that is part of the fabric of who I am. That is my true north. That is what brings me back. I will not lose if I serve, lead, inspire people that want to have a positive life experience as a result of the real estate business. I want you to get your mission statement done. What is your mission statement? And you don't need some fucking college words. Some of you guys got these things up on the wall. You use these college words that no one reads. They don't understand what the fuck it means, and you haven't even read the mission statement in 10 years. Okay? We've got to get clear on that. What is your mission? That's mine. Rip it off. Deploy it. Listen, anything I've shared here, by the way, this is the funny thing. It's why I'm so abundant and why I've seen. See, why I think my business grows, why I think then Dan and I created a business together a year ago, Agent Academy, is because I've just stayed in this place of abundance and flow. Stay in a place of service. Jon Cheplak's not perfect. I screw up a lot. But you know what I have? See, do you have something that brings you back? Or are you all over the place? Do you have something that brings you back? You don't have a discipline. You don't have a commitment issue. Okay? You know what you have? You have a lack of vision. You do not have a mission. And you don't have values and principles. So my point being is this. Do you think I invented this? No. It's from the generous human beings that have gone before me, that passed it to me. I invested my time. I invested my money to get in rooms. I want to honor and congratulate you. There's 1.5 million people that could be in this room. And you're here. Okay? Good artists cheat, great artists copy. It's funny, people say, Oh, you stole that from me. Oh, fuck, you invented it? What the fuck? It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You stole that from me. And you know what? When I hear those things, I love it because it's abundance. See, I coach other coaches too, confidentially, because they want it to be, hey, I don't want people to know I'm coaching with you, man. I want to look like, I get it. No problem. I tell them, by the way, use everything of mine. What? Yeah, use everything of mine. You're investing to get what I have. John, explain to me why you do that. I want you to write this down. Because I'm always going to bet on me. Are you betting on you? I'm always betting on me. Are you betting on you? And here's what I know. There's plenty. See, the moment that you start operating in a space of restriction and limitations is the moment you hit your ceiling. Okay? Your competition's not your ceiling. You know what? Y'all have a hard enough fucking time getting up from the alarm clock and you're worried about your competition's doing? And by the way, who believes in their morning routine? Awesome. And who nails it 100% of the time? Liar. Okay. I'm going to help you. Listen, you guys, I fall short all the time. So it's okay to play and participate with me, okay? Raise your hand if you fall short and you don't hit your morning routine, okay? So you know what you do? See, these are the subtleties of where I move human beings that move transactions. Did you see those numbers, you guys? Is that common, you see those type of numbers? No. Because taking the time to understand human behavior. Ready? And you've been taught wrong. Your morning routine's not the problem. It's what you do the night before. You're getting fucked up training. People teach you shit that you'll buy, not what works. All the gurus, morning routine, morning routine. Fuck that, man. I can't get up. No, you didn't go to bed in time. Well, I didn't stick with my mindset was bad. You watched a fucked up TV show last night. I feel really sluggish. Yeah, we ate a fucking burrito at 8:30 p.m. Like, you see, these gurus try and make shit so complicated to make it sound. I'm not here, you know what I do? I want to remove all your impediments. Write that down. Remove all of my impediments. Remove my obstructions. I don't have to come out here and use some science project to impress you and walk away lacking integrity because I know that it really doesn't fucking work and it hasn't been proven. I don't have to do something fancy. What I have to do is share with you exactly what works. You know, Veronica and I were chatting before. This is some real transparency. We both chat when you get on the stage. What do you talk about? Same thing you're going to talk about. Same fucking thing we talk about all the time, Veronica. That we've talked about 5 years. She goes, "You're right, Chap. You're right." And that's the beauty. I'm the teacher. No, I'm not. I'm the fucking student. That's why these relationships work so well too, right? Okay, is that openness. That openness, that willingness to take feedback. Okay? So, let's go here. Next, values. I personally feel that people get values and principles mixed up. And you can look them up, but I've studied and studied and studied. And I guess if I've studied this and I've shared it out with these people that have gotten great results, okay, it might work. Okay? Values support the vision, mission, and principles. It's the experience that I want to have. It's how I want it to feel. This is the how it feels part of the business. Okay? How many of you could go get a better split or a better deal somewhere else? And how many of you, and leaders too, how many of your agents could go get a better split or deal somewhere else? Raise your hands. Okay? Well, the rest of you are either stupid or you just don't know or you're lazy. You're not raising your hand. Kidding. Everyone can get a better deal. Listen, there's checks out there. There's people that write you a check every year. It's called the lost leader model. Okay? I did it once. We wrote a $25,000 check to a guy, gave him a 95-5 split. And guess what? He walked over 7.2 million GCI in 2000, and we were retaining 30% company dollar, that 7.2 million. Anyone want to do the math on that shit? That's $2.1 million retained company dollar for a $25,000. See, that was a good business decision, right? Anyone can do that. But here was the deal, okay? What I knew ultimately is this. This guy was not inspired in the environment he was in. I threw that bone out there to get it done, okay? So, values, support. How does it feel? Like, listen, how many of you have people with you in your company, watch this, where they could get a better deal somewhere else? Sure, of course you do. Okay? Here are mine. Steal them. Fun, love, dignity, respect, humility, vulnerability, transparency. So, have I shared some of them to you? Yep, I've shared humility, okay, vulnerability, and transparency, three of the big ones. You may think, oh, listen, you just went on your ego run and telling us how wonderful you are. No, on the front side of it, I told you how fucked up I am, too. Right? That's called contrast. I want to give you a book that y'all need to read. This is where things change. See, I had accomplished things in my operational career before I got sober. Sheer force and terror is what it was. But then what moved me is when I had to go deeper. And I did a lot of work. Shadow Effect by Debbie Ford. You need to read it. My clients read it. And then they take and they share it with the rest of the world. They share it with their agents, the shadow effect. See, here's the thing. Until we can embrace those things about us that we're not comfortable with, you won't take action on anything here today because you're worried about what someone thinks. You are obsessed with what other people think. Okay? Fun, love, dignity, respect, humility, vulnerability, transparency. Those are the things. Think about the mission so that the mission has a quality experience in it for me and other people. Okay? Think about the vision. Okay? These support it. Principles, they are the law. Let me give you an example of what principles are. And this is the thing that will hold you accountable. Okay? What's going to happen every single time I let go of this pen? What's going to happen? That's law. That's a principle. I'm going to give you mine. Personal responsibility, commitment, accountability, and contribution. And let me break these down for you, okay? If there is one thing that you can get from me for you and one thing you can get from me for others you lead, people that you're around in your life, okay? Personal responsibility. If we're at a stop sign and you rear end me with your car, whose fault is it? So, we're at a stop sign. I'm parked. You rear end me. Whose fault is it? Yours? No, it's my fault because I was fucking there. That's ruthless personal responsibility. That is the difference maker. Ruthless personal responsibility. See, you guys, let's go back to this. You can't change what you don't own. Some of y'all are sitting here, my ex cheated on me, my this, my that, my that. I may have created some freedom for you right now. Because your bitterness, guys and gals that you're carrying for that shit, and you still want to talk about it, and you want to blame them and tell them all these bad things, you fucking chose them. You chose them. Well, why are we talking about that? Because it's the same in life. Ready? Write this down. It wasn't a red flag, it was the truth, and I didn't listen. It wasn't a red flag, it was the truth, and I didn't listen. 1,000 women were surveyed who'd been divorced. Guess when 95% of them knew they were getting a divorce? When they walked down the aisle. That's ego. Because it's going to be okay. Okay? Personal responsibility. You guys, this one here, if you're leading someone to, if someone keeps blaming, you cannot, here's the thing, you cannot facilitate change for someone who criticizes, blames, and complains. You cannot facilitate change for someone that criticizes, blames, and complains. If you keep thinking that you're going to just, well, I'm going to train them so good. You know the biggest mistake that most leaders make? You think more training is going to solve shit. Most of you need to go back and you need to cut your training schedule in half. You're overtraining your people. You think training's another, it needs more training. Let's slap more training on. It's like when the listing isn't selling, you think you need to put more marketing on that fucker. No, you need to get the fucking price reduced. You're a pussy. Because you don't prospect and door knock and cold call and do lead follow-up so that you've got a steady flow of stuff coming in. Whoa, that's right, isn't it? And the reason that you fall victim to your agents if you're a leader, okay, And you just give them more training instead of holding them accountable because you don't recruit. You guys, selling real estate and recruiting is the same game. You're a hostage to the seller because you don't prospect. You're a hostage to your agents because you don't prospect for more agents. You want to know the number one way? And there's some individual agents in here, and you might think, this guy is an ass, and you're right. Okay? Want to know the number one way to motivate your agents? Let them see you hiring their motherfucking replacement every day. You want bitch and moan? Like here's the gig. And let me come back to any agents here that are on the team or an individual or you're complaining about your broker or whatever. And I'm going to go to the team leaders too. Next time you want to complain about things, just open up your database. Okay? Send me a screenshot of that fucker. You don't have a skill or quality of training. You have an effort issue. Your real estate team or company ain't growing. You have an effort issue because you're not recruiting every day. Well, I want things to be just right. We feel just perfect. Oh, we're going to stop recruiting for a little bit. Really, raise your hand if things have ever been just right in your company. They will never, ever be. So let me help you, those of you who are recruiting. We're going to talk about recruiting here at the end of this, okay? Guess what? It's always a shit show. If you're growing and things are perfect, you're not growing. You've got to apply pressure to the organization. Okay? You've got to let people know that you have your flaws. You've got to let people know that you have your flaws. Number 2 is commitment. Here's what I want to challenge you to do. Write down the word goal. Write down the word goal. And I want you to draw a circle around it and a line through it. Because a goal is just a good idea. See, what I understand is human programming. Shoot for your goals. Reach for your goal. Goals is bullshit. A goal is for pussies. Okay? Commitment is defined one way. Ready? Say it with me. Ready? By the result. Let's do it again. Commitment is defined by the result. Commitment is defined by the result. It is specific. It is measurable. It is actionable. It has a deadline. Raise your hand if you want to get paid like a pro athlete. Okay, good. Start fucking behaving like one. Okay? Let me give you all the 5 steps of productivity. See, these aren't science projects. Well, you need to go to this class and say this thing and fuck that. Okay? You need to do a little bit of these 5 steps, and this is it. Ready? Number 1, training. Yes, you need to take training. Enough training. You know how to talk on the phone, pick up the phone, and get in the CRM. You know how to door knock, boom. You know what? I was a bouncer in a teen funky nightclub and a janitor. Great business background. Hi, John, you want to sell your house? If I did that 200 times a day, you think I'd sell some real estate? Well, you're sitting there. Listen, I am not minimizing the need for your scripts and your dialogues and role play and skill practice. That's not your problem. Your problem is, well, that script doesn't work. How many calls you make? 3. Open houses suck. How many have you done? 1. 5 steps to productivity. Training is number 1. Here's a mistake you make. You do a one and done. It's not a one and done. It's a go back, go back, go back. Brady came out of retirement. Where will Brady start his season? Where? Spring training. Basics. Drills. My good friend Heath Evans took handoffs, and there's people here who've met him. He took handoffs from Brady in practice. How was it playing for Belichick? How was it playing with Brady? It's fucking miserable. Why? Belichick would be across the freaking field, and Belichick would say this, Brady, Evans, run it again. You stepped 6 inches to the left. Remember him saying that, Mark? He'd run them back again and again and again, maybe 30 freaking times. Mastery. He went to the Seattle Seahawks, not the season they won the Super Bowl, okay? He said, we had 10 times the talent, and we shit the bed. Because they didn't have the things I'm sharing with you. Guess who was called out the most on film day in the film room after a game? Who? Brady. Yet I don't want you to call me out, or you're too much of a pussy to call your people out. Hold them accountable. I'm not saying berate people. There's a way. I'm going to share with you how you hold people accountable the right way. So here's what a pro athlete does. Get it? Does a pro athlete go to training, yes or no? Do they revisit training over and over and over and over and over again to mastery, yes or no? Absolutely. Here's step 2, and it's on you or it's on the people you lead. Action. Action. And that's on you. And if you're a leader, you can't make someone do something. You cannot make someone. You're being misled if you got some guru telling you got to make them. You can't make them. You can facilitate the condition, and that's why you keep hiring. Oh no, we're only gonna have these agents. Great! I can't wait till your per person productivity is through the roof. I showed you numbers through the roof, and one leaves you, you're fucked. You've got to keep recruiting. What are you going to do? That's like an agent that says, "Well, I'm going to work on my escrows," and they're fucked 60 days later. It's the same game. Does this make sense, you guys? 100%. So it's action. Okay. So if you're leading people, or if you're looking, this is for you too. I want you to take a look right now at yourself. I want you to do 2 things. If you're a leader, I want you to look at yourself. Because these are your 5 steps to productivity. If you're an agent, I want you to look at yourself. If you're leading your agents, this is framework, guys. Okay? So, but here's how training works. Ready? Training works like this. Leadership comes this far. How far are you coming? Or how far are your people coming? What are you going to do? You keep going over here. You're enabling them. You're enabling them. We meet here. Okay? Step 2 is action. That's on them. Raise your hand. How's it working out? You making people do things? They won't do it. You can't get your own fucking kids to do things. Action. Okay? Step 3 is accountability. And I'm going to come back to these principles, okay? But I want to give you these 5 steps to productivity, okay? Accountability. Write this down. It's observing or noticing without judgment the highest form of love you can show a human being. It is observing or noticing without judgment is the highest form of love you can show a human being. Losers wait to be held accountable. Champions move to accountability. We were talking about that this morning. Some of the people in our inner circle. If you want what's really cool about it, is we don't even have to talk. You just know. You're not going to show up being a slouch in our group. Because there's just this understood, the principles. It's the last thing you want to know. I'm not talking about being perfect, but it is the best of the best. People expect the very best. And see, the best doesn't mean you do $1 billion. We got people doing $1 billion plus. We have a team that did 4,259 transactions last year. Team model. Okay? That's his best. We've got people that have gone from 400 million to 800 million, 200 to 400 million. It's your best. So accountability, though. This will help you. And guess what? Who fucking hates accountability? I'm going to raise mine. Accountability fucking sucks. I hate it. But you want to know what? Probably a big part of why I chose my significant other, because she don't play games. Okay? And she just laughs. Because I'm entertaining. Raise your hand if you don't like accountability. Come on. Of course not. I want to help you with it so you move towards it. I want you to think about that person. When you make a decision to do something, or you did something stupid and you're questioning it, who's got that go-to person? Hey, I've got this new car I got, or hey, I'm going to paint my car like this, or I'm going to do, just something, that go-to person. This is my new dress. Hey, what do you think of my haircut? And they could look at you and go, what the fuck happened to you? And you wouldn't get butthurt. Are you with me? Raise your hand if you have that person. Okay? You have that person, and it doesn't hurt because that's love. This is the most important piece you guys can get for growth. Does everyone understand what I just illustrated for you? Yes or no? But then Joe Schmo off the street goes and goes, what the fuck happened to your hair? You get all butthurt. Whoa! One person on your post, you're a douchebag. There's 100 likes and one douchebag. You're a loser. You're this. Oh! Okay? Accountability is the highest form of love you can show human. Watch this, though. Training and mastering it. Action, okay? That's your thing, too. Where's your breakdown? Where's the breakdown? There's so many faces, so many silos of who this impacts, okay? Number 3 is accountability. This person is going to check in, okay? What do pro athletes do, okay? Pro athletes go to spring training. Pro athletes play the game. Pro athletes have accountability. They watch game film in front of their fucking peers. Why don't we take all of your recorded calls once a week, and let's review all of your recorded calls in front of everyone on your team. Man, listen, you need toilet paper for that meeting. Your agents be shitting their fucking pants. But they want all these dreams, hopes, and desires they have in their life. But they're not willing to do. I want to get paid like a pro athlete. Well, that's accountability. Why do you need accountability? Because here's the other mistake, too. Oh, you need more training. You need more training. Bullshit. Training is 2 parts. How can I build your skills if you haven't taken action and I don't measure? See, there's 2 parts to training. There's training and skill building. Training and skill building. And everyone needs, that's where you've got to. The mistake is this one-size-fits-all training is bullshit. That's why our people do so well. We meet people where they're at. How can you meet people where they're at if you're not measuring? If they didn't take the action, here's what you got to be the person to take action. Watch, I'm going to help you with some leadership dialogue. See, by the way, who's taught you leadership scripts and dialogues? No one, because they haven't done it. And been in the trenches at a sales meeting, and been in the trenches recruiting people, and been in the trenches running multiple offices. Would it make sense that someone needs leadership scripts and dialogues? 100%. It's simple. Instead of it's just do stuff, right? See, here's the piece. Watch this. I want to support you, Joe, but my hands are tied. Because if you don't take the action, I need to have a body of work that I can measure. My greatest problem would be that you made 1,000 calls and nothing happened. See, people fuck up. You guys, like leaders in here, coaching, typically, well, you made 1,000 calls and you sucked and you this and you that. Awesome. See, celebrate activity. Celebrate activity. Because my biggest challenge is getting people to do things. Wouldn't you say that's true? You all admitted it yourself. It's my own biggest problem too. I ain't perfect. Believe me, she'll tell you. Must be a good salesman. She's still hanging out. See, my hands are tied. I need to see a body of work. Would you agree with me, agent, that math is the path? You do a certain amount of calls, emails, texts. Okay? There's a result we should get. Yes. So the most wonderful thing is you do the activity, because that's the toughest thing. Then I can hone in on the skill. Otherwise, my hands are tied. So when you go back and recommit to doing that. This is resonating with some of you too. Raise your hand if maybe you need to do more activity before you say things aren't working for you. Yeah, man. Yes. See how this is? See, when you come to understand you, then you can work through other people. Okay? So then based on that, now you've done the activity. See, my hands are tied. I can't, more training's not going to work. You've got to take enough action that we can measure, and then I can find where the skills are. So we do the skill building, step 4. So it's training, action, accountability, skill building, recommitment. Because here's what Heath Evans told me about winning a Super Bowl. Master the mundane. Master the mundane. If we split this room in half, and I said to Veronica Figueroa, you can have all the talented people. I'll take the committed people. Veronica, you can teach them and train them and play all, you can teach them every supercalifragilistic trick to selling real estate. But you can't hold them accountable for football. John, you can't train anything. Y'all, we're going for 30 days together. I'm not going to train you on shit. You're going to work your ass off and you're going to do action. Okay? Which group's going to win? All day long. And so, but we cave in. You want to know why we cave in as leaders? You know why we cave in as agents, too? No, because we told people in the fucking interview we were going to make them productive. We lied to them. Most of the people that you're probably talking to are going to tell you that they're going to help you be really productive, and I have great respect for each and every one of them. This is called demonization. This is a strategy in copywriting. See, Mickey Mouse Club people talk about scripts. Okay? PhDs talk about copywriting. And copywriting is demonizing. I don't need to bring up the name. Watch what I do here. Joe, first of all, the three other organizations, they're great organizations. And I'm sure they're telling you they're going to make you be productive, and I think that's great. I can't discount that. What I have to do is I have to stand in my integrity. See what I did? I didn't talk shit about them. I just stood in my principle. Because that's a fucking lie. It's a lie. I can't promise you you'll be productive. I don't know what your work ethic is. We haven't worked together. What I can promise you is here's some stories of people that sat right in your chair. I don't even have to tell you. I can go on a sidewalk on any city in this town, plop me in. You think I could recruit you? Fuck yeah, I could. Here's what I can promise you. I'm going to give you the framework to improve that Sally, who was a single mom, working 2 jobs before she came there, did X. Okay? If you're willing to commit to A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, what I can promise you is this. You're going to be successful or not, but if you're not in the time frame, what I know is then we'll check in, just like pro athletes watch game film, we're going to watch game film. Okay? Are you willing to work in an environment like that where we train you, you take action, okay, and then we look at the game film, and then we build your skills? Are you willing to work in that environment? Awesome. Cool. We have a fur-lined bird bath in the break room. You get 7 just listed postcards on a crescent moon and a low tide. And we have supercalifragilisticexpialidocious training that's cheesy as fuck all. And you'll sell $1 bajillion worth of real estate. You want to know what that leader? That leader's fucked. They're on their heels. Write these down. There's 3 types of agents. Dependent, independent, interdependent. See, that's what my leaders do. They're constantly roster scanning. Okay? Most leaders who don't grow, they're stuck with dependent agents. They don't know how to facilitate them to interdependent. And by the way, any of you leading independent agents are fucked. Because they're there for convenience. It's a transactional relationship. Study Mr. Schwartz at Starbucks. He doesn't sell coffee. He sells an experience. He sells community. He doesn't sell convenience. He sells community. He sells interdependence. How many coffee shops are on the way to Starbucks that are cheaper and more convenient? Every single one. All day long. You see, you guys, it's community building. See, we're so caught in this stuff that is false, false, false. And I know from fucking up a lot of times. But I also know from closing 1,483 transactions in a real estate office in 1998. With this is documented, one assistant manager. Here's the thing I want you to look at too, leaders that are in the room. You all are overstaffing. You're getting freaking jerked off by your people. Sorry. Well, we need a recruiter, and we need a sales manager, and we need a coffee fucking deliverer. Let me tell you something. I had an assistant manager. I had 2 admins, and I had 2 receptionists. And my agent, guess how many leads my agents got back in 1998? Any guesses? That would be a fucking 0. So I had to drive productivity too. 1,483 transactions. How'd you do that? These same principles that I've been sharing with you. The mission I've been sharing with you. The vision I've been sharing with you. It's that simple, you guys. Can some of you see how if you get these principles in place in your business, you'll kick ass? So let me review these really quickly. Training, 5 steps of productivity. For yourself, your self-reflection, and for those you lead. Okay? Training, action, accountability, skill build, recommit. Let's come back to the 4 core principles. Commitment, okay? Doing what you say you're going to do. The third one's accountability. See, watch this. Here's the other part, too. When you look at the hiring stuff, I love it. Well, you didn't do this. No, see, watch this. I hire and fire to principles, not what you're doing. We're out of alignment in our principles. We're out of alignment. Stop being a part of the message. Be the messenger. Let me say it again. Stop being a part of the message. Be the messenger. Let me give you a quick example. I'm going to go down the listing presentation. But guess what? I sold a lot of real estate. I was a door knocker. 80% of my business was freaking listings. Door knocking motherfucker. Savage. You haven't figured that out yet. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, first thing I want to ask you is, what do you think my job is? Sell our house. No, that's a result of me doing my job. My job is take your home to market and test the market. The market's the message, I'm the messenger. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take your home to market, get it the maximum exposure, okay? And when ABC happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the results of the test. Based on the results of the test, okay, we're going to look at adjusting our strategy. You're fucked because you're part. Oh, I'm the best. I'm going to sell it. You're fucked then because whose fault is it? You guys see the subtlety between recruiting and being a listing agent? That's when it clicked for me. It's the same thing. Tell an agent you're going to make them productive. Well, kiss your ass goodbye on that one. Like, listen, anyone can be a listing agent right now. Y'all are about to get a little freaking truth serum here pretty soon. You get your ass smoked. Okay? Same with the seller. I'm the best. I'm great. Well, when things aren't happening, is it the market's fault or yours? You see the traps we're setting? You guys, it's the subtleties of language. Okay? Contribution. These 4 core. Let me ask you this. If you lived your life and your business, not perfect, I'm striving every day. It's why I have the friends I have. It's why I hang out with the people that I hang out with. Okay? Stillman. It's my boy. Been friends for years. Okay? Our other buddy, Todd Abrams. Look him up. Guy's freaking ripped, shredded, owns Icon Meals. You ain't going to be around those people and be a fucking slouch. Mike O'Hearn. Okay? He's been on more fitness covers than everyone except Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're not going to hang around. I choose to hang around people that, you know what, if you're slipping, they're calling you out. Are you hanging around people that would call you out? And listen, hey, that fitness is what we choose. I'm not saying it has to be yours. Oh, well, great. John was, everyone used to have a six pack. No. You need to be your best. Who in this room has 20% more they can give to their business and their personal life right now? I love you. Fuck yeah, we do. Okay? So, contribution. You caught that. Here's where we're going to go. I'm going to take you all through the 7 laws of marketing. Okay? And I'll share this with you. Up until last year, and it's all the same, I'd spent $0 in marketing. 0. Be happy to show you my P&L. I'm not one of those to throw stuff out there. If anyone wants to challenge me on it, no problem. Hit me up. I'll send it to you. And you want to know why I say that? The same way my Dan Beers, my partner in Agent Academy. Dan Beer puts his P&L right up on the wall. You come to his events. How many broker, owner, managers, team leaders put their actual P&L up on the? Could you imagine that? How many of you guys have gone to a public event that wasn't ours? Where there was a group of 100 or more people from other companies, including in your marketplace competitors, put their P&L up on the wall for everyone to see. How many of you guys have seen that happen? Never. See, we're tired of the hiding. Everyone sells $1 bajillion worth of real estate. Everyone sells this many units. How about your profit? Listen, pull your pants down, man. And guess what? Some of y'all ain't got to pull your pants down because the tide's going out. We're going to see who wasn't wearing no fucking pants. See, in a market like this, people are standing waist high in the water. That motherfucking tide's going out. Oh, shit. Holy smokes, it's cold, dude. No, just kidding. That was fucked up, huh? These are simple laws. I'm going to share it with you, okay? Simple laws that have helped me build a multi-million-dollar net income business. I've only had 2 people working for me, and they even work distant. A husband and a wife. There's people here that know that. 2 to build this thing. Has a lot of it been my horsepower? Yeah, but in last September, then I started bringing on other coaches. Okay? Let me ask you this, though, before I go down this path. And do you see the parallels in what I do and what all you guys do? Yes or no? Okay. Raise your hand if you recruit buyers and sellers every day. Raise your hand if you recruit buyers and sellers. And you market to buyers and sellers. And you want them to buy shit through you, yes? Okay, how about if you recruit real estate agents every single day? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Isn't that what I fucking do every day too? I want people to buy coaching, buy my products, come to my events. Write this down. We are all in the enrollment business. We are all in the enrollment business, and the principles are the same. These 7 laws of marketing, who knew Ryan Stewman before here? Any of y'all? Okay. The rest of you need to follow him, and you need to watch him every single day. Watch what he does. He makes deposits in the business relationship equity account. Much of the time without the call to action. Who's your call to action? See, most people don't say no to you. And I'm going to take you through a sales slide real quickly. But you've got to make deposits. Messaging that makes deposits. Give value, educate, and inform. And I'm going to give you guys some great examples. Okay? I'm going to give you some great examples. As a matter of fact, let's jump right in right now. Okay? Go to Facebook, and I want you to pull up Jon Cheplak personal. Actually, you know what? Go to my Instagram right now. Cheplak Live. Cheplak Live. See how I got you all to fucking follow me, right? If you weren't already. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Raise your hand if you're at Cheplak Live. Raise your hand once you're there. Okay. So, do you see the picture of me like this? Or I'm standing. You guys see that picture? The most recent post. Raise your hand if you see the most recent post. Okay? What am I doing in that post? I'm going to read it to you. Ready? Principles of team growth. You are not in the real estate business. You're in the human behavior, human attraction, human development, human experience business. Self-development first before you can lead others. Look in the mirror. Do you look like an example of discipline, commitment, and consistency? Your only asset is the people you lead. People are not joining your opportunity. They're joining or leading the experience. What's the one business model that is winning today? The leadership model. Know what is inspired by your to-do list. The number one way to get a human being to make a choice, change, or move into higher productivity is through self-discovery. People will only take action consistently around what they own. The heart chooses, the mind justifies. Did I ask you to buy anything in there? Did I ask you to buy anything in that copy? Okay? Will people buy shit from me because of that copy? Fuck yeah. Of course they will. Because I'm making deposits. I'm talking about what I'm doing. I want you to study that post. When you leave, study this. My biggest dollars I have spent money on in coaching is through copywriting. Period. And I've sat in the room with the best. Ryan Stewman, you need to study his post and read his copyright. Look at his framework. I want you to take, and really to help you because he's very entertaining. He's hilarious. He's brilliant. But I want you to watch what he's doing. If you study Ryan Stewman's framework of his copy and you use that in your marketing, you're going to win. And win big. Massively. So, messaging that makes deposits. Give value, educate, and inform. Did I just educate and inform in that? Yes or no? Okay? Guess what? That will be emailed to my database today too. It's also on my Facebook. Stay with me. This is the piece you got to get. It's called multi-channel marketing. Go to my personal Facebook page. Anyone go there yet? Guess what? It's sitting on my personal Facebook page. Go to my Elite Inner Circle. Mark Hiller's in. Mark will tell you it's in there. He's in my Cheplak Select Inner Circle. It is in my Cheplak Leadership Live. That thing, right? It's everywhere, right? Oh, you come here. Tell them what you got. Go ahead.
Today's email, he says, put out principles of team growth. You're not in the real estate business. You are in the human behavior.
Boom, brother. Thank you. Okay. Y'all are so worried about hitting people too much. How many of you are taking a post that you're putting on Facebook, Instagram, and emailing it? How many of y'all are doing that? Like every week, hand up high, and have a 35% plus email open rate. Okay? Good. It's free money. It is free money. I'm going to tell you why you don't. I don't want to bother people too much. No. Your content's shit, so you're embarrassed to send it out. And guess what? How many years do you think my content was shit? More years than it's been good. But guess what happens when you grow a pair? Women, sorry, but you get it. Okay? Of course, in this world we're in, who fucking knows? Anyways. Sorry. Not worried about people get triggered. I'm me. And you're you. Yeah. The things you're worrying about are killing you. I just didn't quit. I didn't quit when my open rates were at 10%. I didn't quit when my open rates were at 8%. I didn't quit when my open rates were at 13%. I kept going. You know what I did? I got training. I took action. The reporting back of the marketing was my accountability. And then I could build my skill based on that. I studied the subject lines that really, really worked. And was able to build a business that's beyond my wildest dreams. And it's the same thing you do. Multi-channel. I'm going to share with you how to do the multi-channel. I'm going to share with you some examples. And what's the date today, you guys? The 20th? Wait till you see what I do too. Okay? Messaging that meets people where they're at currently, their struggles, their frustrations. Okay? And the strategy of newsjacking. Listen, what's the Fed going to do June 15th? Raise the rates. Who's going to do a video immediately that morning when it happens? Every single one of you. It's called newsjacking. So, the Fed raised the rates. What does it all mean? Well, I'm going to argue both sides. Argue both sides. Do some research. Have a conversation with people. Be out in front. Talk about what's top of mind. These news channels, Fox, CNN, study them. I won't tell you which one, but I don't care. I got friends that are liberal. I got friends that are Republican. So it's all good. I want you to study. What are they trying to get you to do? Read their shit. Study the headlines of every article. They're hooking you and hooking you and hooking you. Study how they write, what they're doing. Best form. Go home and buy a bunch of The Star, all those bullshit magazines. The highest paid copywriters are those dudes that write the headlines and women that write the headlines on those Hollywood gossip magazines. People, study the headlines. Oh, big time. Okay? So, number 3. The best ad doesn't look and feel like an ad. Stop putting your branding all over everything. Everyone wants to buy. No one wants to be sold. I watched someone announce an agent joined their team. Square picture. The agent's picture was this big. The fucking brand was this big. What the fuck are you doing? Take your branding off the shit. Immediately I go, sell. Let me share with you the number one thing you need to do to sell people. Okay, ready? Lower their guard. Y'all are worried about handling objections on that shit? You got to lower their guard. Does that make sense? How do you lower their guard? Educate and inform. Educate and inform. Period. Constantly. It's really, really simple. Okay? Constant humanization to create relatability to you and your organization and the messaging. People would say to me, and I'll share something with you. I'm not, my narcissistic gym selfies, pictures I've been taking for years. Egomaniac. What a douchebag. Yeah, real douchebag. 4 years ago, the CEO of Remax Worldwide sent me a Facebook Messenger and said, I've been watching your discipline in the gym over and over. How the fuck would he know? He was seeing my gym selfies. CEO of Remax, not an office, the world. And now he's become an amazing friend. Many people in here have had the opportunity to spend time with him. Just an amazing human being. Okay? I like your consistency and the discipline you demonstrate and the messaging you put out there. I didn't have an ad that said, hey, CEOs, come coach with me. Can we have coffee at Inman in San Francisco? Sure. 2 weeks later. And I want you to capture this about him. This is CEO of 100,000 plus worldwide company. Humility, 2 weeks later. Hey, I know this may sound awkward, but could I register to come to your mastermind? I go, it's the smartest thing in the world. You're not hiding in the ivory tower, you're down in the trenches. And there's people in this room that have sat with him at tables and next, he's a human being. Because of this marketing stuff I'm telling you. Now let me ask you this. Do you think me coaching the CEO of Remax Worldwide had an impact on my... See, I don't have to market. You want to know why? Because the best marketing isn't bullshit. The best marketing is results. The best marketing isn't your fancy brand. I have the sloppiest. Look at my stuff. Look at what I wear. Hats on backwards and shit. People don't fucking care Yeah, see, you're all worried about being PC. And listen, if you get to know me, I'm pretty low key. I want to be a little bit extreme so that, you find where your spot is. But obviously it's working. Being me. Being me. Here's the other thing. There's a bunch of people in this room, and I love you. Can't fucking stand me right now. This guy is a douche, but I'm going to sit through this. I mean, what a joke if everyone here liked me. Right? And that isn't ego. That's just reality. Okay? Because you want to know what? I don't forget the day that I freaking had a bicycle and $5 to my name. See, y'all are taught things backwards. Read your gratitude list. Write a gratitude list. Gratitude is an action word. It's not a bunch of words you write down. All these people run around grateful. I'm grateful for. How would I know? Write that down. Next time someone tells you there are something, how would I know? Ask them that question. I'm motivated. How would I know? Well, good. That all sounds good. Here's how I know. By the result. By the result. It's really, really simple. Okay? Multiple channels, including mastering email. Money doesn't matter if your message and creative are off. I have been obsessed with my creative. My creative is either the images I use, okay, or the videos. That's your creative. Am I saying listen, we've got some beautiful marketing stuff. Dan Beer's going to share something super cool. You're going to be the first to get it today. You'll see beautiful marketing pieces to it, right? But yeah, listen, I'm a multi-7-digit company, and I want to go to freaking 8 digits this year. Guess what? Yeah, at that point in time, sure. Now you start looking at how you market a little bit differently. But let me tell you something. I don't know all your financial situations, but you're worrying about you're shooting past the target of the foundation you got to get in place. Because here's what happens. When you do that and then you start spending marketing dollars, you get a massive ROI because you've made so many deposits and people know you. Does that make sense? See, my ads perform really, really, really well now. Our ads guy told us we're getting a 10-to-1 ROI on our Facebook ads. First time I've run Facebook ads through an agency. 10-to-1. I said, how come? He said, because you have been making deposits for years and years and years. Okay? Be consistent with your message and output. Marketing is an output game. Now, let's go into some proof here. I want you to see this stuff. And you guys will get these. Ready? So, y'all see the date of that email? May 17th. Okay? This is 7 simple overlooked marketing tips that will blom. It's the same post. I did the same thing. If you guys go across my Instagram, okay? You guys following with me, this multi-channel thing? This is the gold right here of everything I'm going to share with you. This is the gold. Okay? My database is bigger than yours. I don't give a shit. I'll guarantee mine pays fucking 10 times what yours does. Here's my point. Go deep, not wide. My database. Anyone want to read that email open right there? Is that 47%? 47.7%. Holy shit. Email don't work though, does it? No. Your subject line is lame. Your content is lame. Okay? Your consistency is off. You've got to have it at other channels too. That post is on Facebook. That post is on Instagram. That post is there. We just saw it happen real time this morning. I did it on purpose. You saw the post from this morning, okay? It's on my Facebook. It's on my Instagram. And that gentleman right there goes, just popped in my email. Yeah, I made sure my guy sent it out this morning. Tim, who Mark knows, and anyone else who works with him. He sent it out today. Okay? So let's keep moving along here. Pay close attention. You guys, these are the people. Listen, you're in an eyeballs game. You're in a content consumption game. I just want you to consume more of my content than other people. That's all. That's all. And it gives you value. Okay, it makes deposits. See, every time you consume some of my content, it's a micro commitment, a micro commitment, a micro commitment. And a series of micro commitments. See, everything big is built on the back of micro commitments. Every big choice you make listen, you go in and most salespeople try and get you to go from here to here. No, I'm just chip. See where your problem is? That you stop the process. I haven't been as consistent. You guys, 90% of you are a lot smarter than me, maybe 99%. But I am a relentless motherfucker. And I just won't stop. I just want to tell you, just don't stop. You know, I should have thrown in the towel with my alcoholism, but I just didn't stop. And I even walked out at 7 days of a 30-day program the first time I didn't graduate, yet I really did graduate. Because as long as you continue to have that desire and desire, and you have people around you holding you accountable, you do it. Okay? Let's take a look at another one. Now, this is what I want you guys to capture. May 19th. Ha ha ha. How many of you are sending emails to your database every other day? Now raise your hand. Well, can't fuck you. Of course you are. Whoa, wait a minute. What's the open rate, folks? 42%. You're a spammer. No. Spam. You're mistaught. Have you guys seen some places where maybe you've been mistaught? We talk about time management, choice management, right? You've been mistaught. Spam is not how often. Spam is the quality of what you're sending. Spam is not how often. Well, wait a minute. Holy shit. May 17, May 19. What's the date today? 20th. Uh-oh, didn't a new email go out this morning? This motherfucker just hit him again today. I just hit my database 3 out of 4 times. Okay? And if you'd like to, I'd love to share with you. I want to prove it to you so you go out and do it. Well, I wanted something more magical. Well, go ahead, keep being magical. I'm going to live a magical life. I'm not saying yours is not. This is the stuff, you guys. This guy emailed his database 17th, 19th, 20th. You want to know who it is? Your peers and above. People that pay $1,000, $2,000 for a coaching call. They don't have a lot of time, right? They're like you. They're people that spend $2,500 to $3,500 to $5,000 to come to events at my house or at large venues. This isn't, a bunch of people that are bored. Are you guys capturing the piece on marketing? Guess what? I got a gift for you. Okay? I want you to download this. Emailthatconvertsreplay.com. I'm selling you nothing. I'm giving you a 1-hour Zoom. I'm giving you a document to download. Emailthatconvertsreplay.com. It's going to show you how to do email. See, the thing that you guys think where email doesn't work is you think it's opt out, listen, this and that. No. There's subtleties. It's your subject line. It's that first sentence. Let me give you one little tip I want to give to you just to help you. Just watch this stuff. You know, it's funny. 5% of you will do it. Your problem, not mine. I did my part. Okay. Lose the greetings in your email. Pull up your cell phone right now. Go in your email. Open up all your email. Leave them. Okay. Who's got their email open? Email app. Okay. Great. So look at the first email. How many lines of real estate are there? 2 or 3? 3? 2 or 3? 3? 2. Do you want to waste a fucking line on Dear Sally and Joey and how are you? How many emails show up when you open it up? 6 or 7? 5 or 6? How many of you use an emoji in the first part of your subject line? A green check mark, a smiley face. Agura Financial, which is the number 1 online financial services company on the planet, okay? 70% of their emails have an emoji in the subject line. You've got to hook people. You guys, you're losing, this is valuable real estate. Your subject line and first sentence. I want you to think about this, and it's in there. You know, I always try and pack too much shit in, but oh well. Think about this. Really. I had a young lady, I don't know where she's at. If she's here, if she can stand up, I don't know what I'm calling her. She says, John, I was at one of your events that you guys did last year in that hook. I taught her about the hook. You guys, every post you have needs to have curiosity or urgency. A hook. Your subject line of your email must have a hook. The subject line of your email is the headline. The first sentence of your email is the subhead. You're trying to write this down to get people to read downhill. But that'll all be covered in that. I want to just keep going with that. You guys, I'm telling you. Can you all see? Listen, if you can get people to consume your Instagram post and read it, your Facebook post, and consume your email, would you guys say that basically I've trained my audience that they're going to get value from me? Yes or no? How can I lose? And it makes it real easy for me to ask. Makes it really, really easy. And you'll see what I'm doing. The email that converts replay.com, that's a total contribution to you. I don't think I ask you to buy anything at the end. Okay? I'm going to give you these really, really quickly. I'll get them to you. I said I'd give you 4 principles, and time's getting away from it. First of all, in the time that we've had, have you guys gotten some value today? You guys can go back and use? Okay. And I'm an unprofessional speaker. That's what I mean. You can tell. Your mouth, you need to wash your mouth out with soap. Yeah. There's a lot of things I need to wash. Okay. But we all do, right? We all need to cleansing. And so my thing is I show up with all kinds of stuff. I'm going to give you there's another part of the recruiting stuff which I wanted to get to, but I won't honor your guys' time. But I'm going to give you my entire playbook. Okay. It'll blow your mind. Okay. The stuff that works. But we'll go quickly through this. These are my simple 11 principles of sales. They aren't saying no. They're saying they don't know, like, and trust you. It's really, really simple. It's not rocket science. Seek first to understand, then be understood. Echo back the words of your audience. You know what the mistake that we're making is we want to sell, sell, sell. The most brilliant person in the room is the one that asks the thought-provoking questions that causes you to self-discover and think. Okay? Restate back what people say to you. If you want to read the greatest sales book, non-sales book, it's the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's that principle of seek first to understand, then be understood. So what I heard you're saying is ABC and XYZ. You told people you're important. It allows you to hear it a second time. It allows them to hear it a second time. It allows you to prepare. It shows them that it gives them the ability to go for clarity and further clarify. So what I'm hearing you saying is simple principles. Okay? See, rookies wait for objections. Pros handle them in advance. Base your next question on people's response. Stop preparing it. So what I heard you saying is ABC and XYZ. So based on that, it's really simple stuff. These principles, you keep them with you. Empathy over arguing. Okay? When people tell you, I love my agent, that's awesome. Loyalty is such a great thing, and we rarely see that. What is it you like best about your agent? The ding-dongs tell you, well, this redirect shit. I don't want to argue with you, I just win. You just win that way. That's awesome. Empathy, 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 empathy. Okay? That's why our ads convert. That's why our marketing works. That's why we sell. Because we don't play those fucking games of tug of war with someone. Okay? Heart chooses, mind justifies. Know why what they are buying is really important to them. Communicate in the form they first communicate with you. It's so funny. Listen, if someone wants to talk to you on Messenger, they talk to you on Messenger. I got the red screen up. Means I'm bad. Don't make it a science project. Just have a conversation with people. Am I saying you don't need to do scripts and dialogues and role-play skill practice? Absolutely. But there's some general framework to follow, okay? Stop quitting on yourself. I'm going to give you this here. CheplakPlaybook.com. Actually, no. Go to Cheplak, because that URL was being funny. CheplakCabo.com. You will be blown. My multi-channel recruiting marketing machine is there. I think there's 30 pages of downloadable documents for marketing and recruiting. CheplakCabo.com. CHEPLAK. Anyone type it in? Got it? It's shown up? Look at the list. You see all the shit that you're getting? All kinds of stuff. Okay? Here's what it's going to give you. Okay? Just real quickly, take a screenshot of this or take a picture of it, you guys. Okay? I'll get this to Justin and his group too. So you guys, who wants the PowerPoint? Anyone want these PowerPoints? Okay. All right, good. So this will take you through recruiting. One piece of content weekly, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email. Send the 20 a day via Messenger. Did you get or get comfy call? If you quit before 3 objections, it's a wasted call. Don't convert on the first interview. The 20-25-50-25 rule. 20% of the time people answer the phone. When someone tells you no one answers the phone, it's 20-22. No, fuck you. You don't make enough calls. I'm sorry. BS. 20% of the time people answer the phone. 25% of the time you should land an appointment. 50% no-show reschedule ratio. 25% of the people you interview should convert to join you, subject to 14 contacts in some way, shape, or form that gives them value. Okay? Cheplak Cabo. That's a download. Email at convertsreplay.com. And if you want to join us in Vegas, if you've got a team Go ahead and take screenshots or pictures. If you've got a team, and you want to join Dan Beer, and wait till you hear Dan. Dan's like, listen, smart man. 600 plus million last year, and has an amazing life too. Lots of freedom. He's got little ones, his wife. I mean, this guy he's empowers. You'll see how genuine he really is. I ran someone at a steakhouse last night, and Dan wasn't in the room, so we talked shit about him. No. He's talking about, I see what you and Dan are doing out there, and he just said it to me, and he says, yeah, and he says, Silas, this is amazing. He says, what's the thing? What's the difference? He's a good human being. He says, that's what I found about him too. And so you're going to get exposed to that. But cheplakcaba.com, email at conversion. But here's my point in talking about Dan. Who knows Bill Pipes? Any of y'all know Bill? Fucking legend. Bill Pipes, Dan Beer, and myself, one day, my living room, 8 hours. If you want to do the math on that, that would be $48,000 with me. I'm $2,000 for 20 minutes. It's on my website. And it's $340 something per person. You register 10 people and register yourself. You either go to the 3-day sales mastery of pipes and the 1 day at my home on Sunday. So those are your options. I apologize for going over, but I really don't care. No, just kidding. Thank you. I hope that, because here's what I do know. I do know that what I'm sharing with you has worked. I've ridden a series of misadventures, and I've watched people struggle. I've watched people succeed. And what I really love supporting people with is their own race, not my race. Sure, I've shared big numbers and things like that, but guess what? Raise your hand if you think all those people that share those big numbers were ever a brand new agent at one point in time. Yeah, every single one of them. They were shoe salesmen, cable box installers. People got fired from their jobs. People thought all kinds of different things. And you can be that too. Here's the last thing I want to share with you. I have a little girl turned 30. May 18th. And at 3 months old, she had her first heart surgery. They came out and said, we can't get her off the heart-lung machine. We can't restart her. Open heart surgery is very interesting. They lay you in a bed of ice, apparently, take your heart outside of your body and put you on the heart-lung machine and cool your body down to 60 degrees. And we can't get her restarted. We can't get her restarted. We can't get her restarted. And she'd been on the heart-lung machine like 9-10 hours. And what can happen if you're on the heart-lung machine? You can lose your eyesight. You can lose all kinds of different things. She lost none of it. She's a pain in my ass still. And I was fortunate enough that I had enough success early in my career, but I didn't have substance. Period. I had sheer force and terror. I didn't have substance. I was able to provide. And then as time went on, when my life changed, it was ironic. She was told you can never have a baby, you won't live through a pregnancy. And I said, okay, great. And then 3 years ago, hi, Dad, I'm pregnant. What the fuck? 20 plus heart surgeries. Here's what I want to share with you. When I got right, the one thing I said to myself and said to her, whatever your thing is I will always be able to provide the absolute best health care no matter what. And she's at a place where it is experimental, insurance doesn't cover it, etc. She came to me and said, no problem. No problem. We're going to the Mayo Clinic. Insurance doesn't cover it, no problem. Y'all can probably figure out Minnesota Mayo Clinic. It's not cheap. I didn't have to think about it. And here's why. It's not because I'm smart. It's not because I have a great career. It's because I'm not a fucking coward. The only thing getting in the way of your dreams, hopes, and desires, whatever your thing may be, is fear. Period. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to leave you on this and I'll walk off. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about a promise you have to someone. It's really important that you've got to deliver on, and maybe you're not. And I want you to think about that one thing you need to go back and do in your business and your personal life that will change everything. And a lot of people work different ways. They sing positive affirmation. Those are good. But you want to know what I want you to do? I want you to visualize yourself saying, I'm sorry I wasn't able to take you on that Disney trip I planned forever. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do this. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that because I chose to be a coward. And we all operate differently, but here's what I know. Me looking in my daughter's eyes and telling her I'm a coward, never fucking happened. Thank you.